Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, goblins of all ages, welcome back to another Bloody Sunday here. We got the Stormbreakers about to enter Luskin. Hopefully, if we make it. But welcome to Goblins Under the Stairs. You got Carlos Garcia FK as Solrak the Destroyer currently slapping around as Rampu McNasty with my epic storm-breaking crew. Oh yeah! We got Langston Embershroud, we got Mantor Zermeister, we got Crick, and of course, to lead us along in this epic adventure, the greatest goddamn D&D DM in all the land. Yeah, I say that 10 times. It's Nate Gonzalez. Take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Pooh. Yeah, the way you threw out those letters, that was pretty quick and impressive, I gotta be honest with you. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's Sunday night edition of Goblins Under the Stairs. As Rampu mentioned, I am Nate Gonzalez, your humble dungeon master, and ready to lead you guys on this epic adventure. Let's give you guys a quick little recap of what happened the last time we were together, and then jump on into this thing and get you guys over to Luskin, hopefully. Oh man, so the last time we were together, you guys were on day 2 of your travels to Luskin. And after a little bit of trouble the night before with some of the luggage, I guess you could call it, we had these two dead, this couple that was being transported to Luskin, and they turned out to be vampires and attacked the crew and, of course, the adventurers here. You guys were able to lead them to rest once and for all, their final eternal rest, and you guys learned about a demonic kind of ape-like creature that was in the bottom hold of the ship, being watched over and tightly secured with a arcane sigil kind of piece of fabric that was cloaked over the cage to keep the beast in a docile state. You guys decided to poke around a little bit, by you guys mean Manto, and Manto decided to poke the proverbial demonic ape and open up that curtain and let him out into a frenzy and tried to convince him that he was on his side and, maybe the enemy of my enemy is my frenemy, something like that. You guys could not get through to him. Yeah, exactly. Thea Crew, the captain, urged you guys to make sure you take him alive, as the Arcane Brotherhood is paying a pretty penny for his arrival at the host tower in Luskin, and having him dead would not work out in anyone's favor. So you guys were able to capture him once again after throwing that magical piece of fabric over his body and returning him to that docile state, and carried on for the rest of the day, a little bit longer. Nothing too noteworthy after you secured him back in the hold in the bottom of the ship. The day continued on, and we are in the early evening now of day 2 of 3. You guys will be making it to Luskin by midday tomorrow. As you guys are taking, it looks like Crick is in the kitchen for the night, or he has been for most of the day and most of this trip. Is there anything that you guys decide to do for this evening, or do you want to maybe just, wrap it up and call it a night?
I think I've done enough.
Yes, you have. I'm going to make sure that everybody is good before going to bed myself. So if Crick is cooking, I'm going to keep an eye on him, make sure no other creatures or anything come out of their ship. Now I'm on edge. And then once the last person is done with everything, I'll go to sleep.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you would know, of course, that you guys have searched and seen most of the ship, if not all of it, and have learned about, what's being traversed across the Sea of Swords here to Luskin, from Waterdeep and from Chult, that being, of course, the couple and this demonic ape. You guys are quite certain that there's no other threats or any other beasts or monsters aboard the ship to have to worry about. And so continuing on, it is early evening, getting into the night. Manto's chilling out for a little bit. Rampu making sure everyone's okay. Langston, how about you?
I think because we established this thing has like a link with Orcus, your boy's just kind of, he's not going downstairs, but I'm definitely just kind of meandering in the hallway, like just kind of being like, in case something happens, and I'm just like, wrapped in thought with like Arcane Brotherhood. What is this thing's link? Langston's got a pace about him at the moment. He's going back like a scholar with like his hands behind his back, just like, what in the fuck is going on?
Makes sense. Absolutely. Learning about the Lord of Undead, the Orcus, definitely puts you on edge a little bit, as definitely fits in the domain opposing you in your light domain, and very evil, necrotic ways. Something definitely be on edge and worried about, but for the time, as you're sitting down here and keeping watch, doesn't seem to be anything stirring about.
When Langston gets panicked, he just keeps casting light, and he can't control it. It's like a nervous tick. He just starts casting light, so you guys in the hallway are just getting like flashbanged when you walk out, because I'm just panicked throwing it up in the air.
Yeah, you guys have a little bit of like a strobe light going on in here with Langston. Every time he gets a little panicked, a little flashing of light goes off and startles everyone for a moment.
Just, whoop,
As,
whoop, whoop.
Once it goes off a few times, I would grin and I say, "Hey, that's fine by me. The rest of us can stand over there and let the monsters attack the one with the flashing light, giving away his position." I kind of laugh over at him.
Langston just is doing rave music in the background with it. Boom rap, boom rap, boom rap, boom rap, boom rap.
Beautiful. Crick, anything for you?
So I guess while all this is going on, Crick's in the kitchen, and everyone just hears like a loud whistle, like whoo. Then Crick comes out with a little cup of tea. He walks, he looks at everybody, and he sees Crick flipping out. And he sips his tea, and he goes back in, and comes out with another cup. And I go over to Langston, and I hand him this cup of tea. And as you look into it, it's just hot water. There's no actual tea in it. And Crick just looks at you.
Classic.
And Crick just I just kind of look at you in the eyes and say, please, if there's anything I can do, you let me know. As I just hand you this cup of hot water.
I appreciate you, Crick. Thank you. Knowing full well it's water, I'm gonna treat it like tea and just sip it and just nod my head, just like Mom used to make. Just casually sip it. Hopefully, don't burn my tongue a little.
There's like a weird. He kind of perks up, like a weird little pride thing going on here. And then he just kind of goes back in the kitchen and shuts the door, and he stays the night in the kitchen.
That's the way I would say it. That's very healthy of you, Crick.
Man knows how to flush out kidneys, I'm telling you.
And he looks over at Rampoon. Sorry, not enough tea to go around. And he shuts the door.
Captain, don't worry.
Okay,
Captain, this was just water. Captain, it was just water. It's just water. It's like a hot tub for your mouth. That's all it was.
Yes, I know. Trust me, I don't know how he heated that water, so I might not want to drink that.
Langston looks down after hearing that and is like, how did he heat this? Wait a minute.
Incredible. As you guys are sailing on, and there's a couple of portholes down here for you guys to be able to see out into the sea. Smaller holes though, but the sun has fully set now, and you see the darkness enveloping the land outside, or the sea outside rather, and you see the moon illuminating and kind of reflecting off of the waves and the ripples in the water as you guys continue sailing on, getting closer and closer to the Sword Coast. And Langston, I would say, or maybe even Manto, as you guys are both sitting out here, Manto being quite observant, you notice as you guys are sitting out here, there happens to be like a flash of light. And Manto, of course, you for a moment can't help but think, is this coming from Langston?
Hey, Langston, let's take it easy on that light over there, buddy.
That one wasn't me. There was no rave music for that. That one wasn't me.
I guess it makes sense. I didn't hear a lot of.
The boom rat has kind of died down a little bit.
As you do that, though, Manto, repeating the audio, the beatboxing, you see a streak of more flashing lights coming out of the porthole, kind of flashing into this deck here.
Hold up, Langston. Let me see something. And I go up to the porthole and
Okay.
just go. Do I see more lights after I do that?
You do that, and nothing seems to happen. And as soon as you stop and you're like wondering about it, suddenly, as you're looking up at the clear sky above you and getting a stunning view of the heavens, you start to see countless flashes of light in the sky, just shining against the void up there. And then, again, like kind of you guys have seen before, the sky is marked with, all sorts of movement. Shooting stars seem to arc down towards the distant horizon, in the direction that you guys seem to be heading right now. And then you see another star goes, and more, and creates this wondrous storm of light that, after 30 seconds, 45 seconds, it fades away as quickly as it came.
Would I have recognized this as like the same little anomaly that we had seen from Stormwreck Isle?
It seems very similar.
Got you.
Did Crick see this?
Do I?
I think Crick went in the kitchen and closed up the door, right? And
There's no porthole in the kitchen. Okay,
not
that's
in
fine.
the kitchen, yeah. But out in the hallway, they, Rampu and Manto and Langston would all be able to see this now, and might be a little bit of discussion happening about it.
And where did I see like the general sort of area or direction in which the lights were kind of like landing or heading?
Yeah, as I mentioned, it looked like they were shooting down into the distant horizon in the direction that the ship is
Where
heading.
we're going.
Yeah.
In my time, have I seen any lights or anything like this ever in the sky?
Go ahead and make a nature check. You can add your proficiency bonus to this. But it would, again, it would remind you, like Manto was saying.
Oh yeah, dirty 20.
Nice. Like Manto was saying, like it looks very familiar and similar to what you guys saw when you were at Stormwreck, and as you go and peer out the porthole, you observe the last 10-15 seconds of the flashing of lights. Again, it kind of bewilders you, as this is not something, this is very unusual for this time of year, or something that you're really not used to seeing happening really at all. A celestial display of like what look like shooting stars falling out of the sky in this rapid succession.
This is what we saw in the sky when we were still there, or when we were in the ship and crashed?
When you were at the island, when you were still at the island.
Okay.
Prior. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
This is the third time we've seen it, right?
Correct.
Well, I'm gonna mute.
And this one's bigger than the others.
Yeah, it seems like, you guys were further away on the island and whatnot before. Right now, as Manto has been able to see, you guys look like you're heading in the direction kind of like where these were, like in the general vicinity, but you guys were out in the sea before. Now this looks like it's somewhere in actual Faerun, like on the coast somewhere.
With
So I
my
would kind of,
Oh, go ahead.
I would kind of pull out my egg real quick or take a look at it. It's not acting weird or anything, is it? Hyperactive or?
No, it seems still like dormant as it's been.
So I guess kind of while I'm holding it, I kind of look out and I hear them talking about, stuff, and I just kind of say, well, I think it's almost time for that meteor to pass over. This could be a shower.
Now, would my gut tell me if this is something that either is following us or something that's triggered by us showing up, or you're following it. It's now being the third time that we see it, obviously. It almost seems
Is
coincidental.
you go down to ask your gut and it says Kuato lives.
He was ready for that.
I had to do a quick Google for that. No, yeah, you kind of like thinking to yourself,
Tab number 21.
and I'm sorry, I was distracted. Ask me the question one more time. I was stuck on the.
Great
Does
success.
this seem like something that we triggered?
No,
Stun
yeah,
lock
sorry,
himself.
I knew you asked that. No, you know, you're not quite certain, of course, but this seems like quite a widespread phenomena happening. That it would be your hubris isn't that big that you'd think it was just surrounded around you guys. Go away, go.
I couldn't stop staring at it. Kept doing the move. Because if I recall, when we were at the Isle, and with the moons and the asteroid, like the asteroid's supposed to hit in like a day or two, right?
Not hit, but pass over.
Or pass.
Yeah, within it was like within 5 days from when you guys
Within
were
5
there.
days.
Yeah.
And it's been like 3 days now.
Yeah,
So in like 2 days, it'll pass over.
potentially.
I think this may have something to do with the meteor, guys.
Makes sense.
Well, we will be landing in Luskin before the expected time that the meteor may or may not hit.
Could
Let's
be.
say,
We could ask around about it.
Maybe
Yeah, I'm
see where
wondering
these
if-
things are falling.
Yeah, I wonder if Thea might have any idea as to what exactly this could be, or if she's seen anything like this before.
Yeah. But
Might be insignificant.
in the meantime, too, we need to keep an eye on Brick's egg. Just because we don't know if others will come for it.
Oh,
And who knows if this is even, asteroids as much as things landing.
What do you mean?
Things landing.
This egg
So
doesn't
that's
seem
all.
to be from
Beings.
this place, so maybe someone's coming to get it.
Exactly.
But I agree, we should ask the captain if she saw where those landed, and maybe when we get to Luskin, we can ask around. After we go shopping. And you notice a very determined shopping in his voice.
Craig, we're gonna go shopping, buddy. Don't worry. That takes precedence above all else. I think the
Good.
Stormbreakers have themselves a little shopping spree.
And that's
I
a
think we
pretty good
deserve
plan.
it.
I like it. I like it. It's a good plan.
We could all use a little retail therapy.
That's what I'm saying.
Would anybody like some tea?
It's really okay.
I thought you said you didn't have any more.
I have some for you.
You are the best companion, Crick. I would love
Maybe-
more tea.
Maybe butter up Thea with some tea as we interrogate her on.
Oh, no,
If there's anything-
please. I said, like, you don't want her to help us.
See, I go
Rick
back
C
in
is
there.
sacred, you don't want just to give it to anybody,
You could give her some poo tea.
Ugh. No, I don't. That captain's all right. Let's not mess with her. Even though she's
All right.
All right, shall we all go up there and ask?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean it's our last night. It's our last night at sea, right? Like before we like land tomorrow.
Correct.
Then yeah, I mean hell, Langston wants to be up there just to take in the night sky on his ship. So it'll be the last time kind of on the seas for a bit.
I wish I was up there when the little light show was going on. That would have been really pretty.
It would have been
On the crow's nest
eye catching for sure.
with you. Yeah.
I don't.
All right. Well, why don't you guys go talk to the captain as I'm sitting up there with a little pot of tea, pouring Langston a cup.
In quotation marks, T.
And I walk up, and then I look up at the rest of the crew. I look at you guys, and I just pour the rest on the ground. And then I go,
That seems rather
looks
wasteful.
like we're out of tea.
He can be the most passive aggressive person, I swear.
If you guys come up,
So
I
let's
love him and
just
fear
on that.
at the same time.
you come up here and you see the crew kind of, manning their different jobs and whatnot. One up in the crow's nest, a couple managing some of the sails. You kind of look around at them, you say this and pour it down on the ground. No one really pays any mind or pays attention to you whatsoever, as you guys, the rest of the crew looks up and notices that Thea and Asark are both standing up at the back end of the ship, having a very kind of excited looking conversation. Thea's got a spyglass extended out in her one hand, and they're kind of pointing out to the coast and discussing.
Rampu, you want to go? You've built rapport with her. You want to get in there?
Shall we
Sure.
see what they're up to?
Do you want us to all go?
Let's
Yeah.
do it. And up we go.
Actually, I'd like to go as a group.
So as he goes up and talks, I'm kind of slyly, because you said they've got charts out and stuff. I'm kind of slyly trying to see what's on the chart and all that kind of stuff.
I don't remember saying anything
Well,
about
obviously.
charts, but yeah. They,
I thought you said they had. I thought you said they had spyglasses and shit out.
Oh no, Thea's got a spyglass
okay.
out, and yeah, she seems to just be they don't have any charts or anything. But as you guys
Okay,
make your way
okay.
on up here, Langston and Rampu and Crick towing behind, you hear them very excitedly talking. I mean, look, I've seen some crazy stuff, but 3 times within the last 2 weeks, this is crazy. This is I've never seen nothing like it. And Thea's like, look, you and me both. How long have we been sailing in the seas like this? And turns around to see you guys walking up. Rampu, perfect. Did you guys happen to
So
see
it looks like
what's been going on out here?
I was gonna say it looks like you guys saw what we saw.
I mean, I'm surprised. Of course, we're out here. We saw a beautiful, perfect view of it, but I'm glad that you happen to see it too. I guess. Have you ever seen anything like it?
Oh, nothing related. And I was gonna come to ask you the same thing.
Huh.
And I hear that it's also the 3rd time you see it as well, huh?
I mean, we've been out on the water, sailing from Waterdeep for a little bit of time now, and about every 4th night or so, we've seen just dazzling display just going across the all along the coast. And tonight it was, that was the grandest of them all. And I mean, I felt like we got front row seats to that.
Yes, it's also the 3rd time we've seen it as well, and it's interesting you point out it's every 4th night. We hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, roughly about. It just seems about that way. I haven't really been keeping track, but yeah, the last one we saw was, I think, 4 nights ago, and before that it was about a week ago from tonight, I think. So, yeah.
Now, do you happen to have a map, milady?
Oh yeah, of course. She pulls one out and unravels one. Here's all along the Sword Coast, if that's what you're interested in. Unravels another one, and here's one going along the Sea of Swords.
Would you happen to have the locations of the first 2 sightings?
Well, she begins to like point down out in the sea, kind of close by the God, why can't I think what the island's called? Doesn't really matter, but there's an island off of like Waterdeep. We'll say Skull Island that you know, of course, the wrecking crew would be familiar with. But so good. We were sailing off maybe 50 miles off of Waterdeep, and
What's that?
over the tabletop, and and the first one that we saw was maybe, like I said, it seemed very, very far away, but it seemed to be somewhere up north. Neverwinter, maybe around, Phandalin or something like that. But then we got, a little bit closer up north to Stormwreck Isle. And again, it seemed to be kind of going around in that same area. Neverwinter Wood, Neverwinter, maybe even like by Luskin. And this one, I mean, it almost illuminated the coast for us. You could see
That's right.
some of the buildings out there, even some of the keeps standing up tall.
So now looking at the map based on the 3 locations, is there any kind of pattern that could make me maybe try to guess where the next sighting might be? Whether it's equidistant, it's following a certain path.
So it seemed
or is
like
it just like
each one that they saw almost was going up the coast, almost like with them. Not, maybe coincidentally or whatever, but it seemed like they have now gotten closer and closer as like the first ones were way far away from them into the coastland, by somewhere north of Waterdeep, and then it seemed to get further and further. But now you guys are much close to the coast, and the lights are more magnificent than ever.
yeah. I'm gonna try to figure out then on a map a rough estimate of where I think the next one's gonna be, so we can keep an eye on it.
Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check.
As he's looking at a map, I mean, I've got my tools. I'd be pulling them out and helping
I'm
him
gonna
look.
lucky that.
Sure. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna lucky that too.
Well, hold on one second. You can if you want, but I was gonna say Crick can get in there and get a help in there if you want, and have Crick re-roll. Because
Yeah, that works.
I think
But I'll
he.
keep the first one. I'll
Okay.
keep the 7.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, Crick.
So,
Go
am I
ahead.
rolling something?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a. You can roll. Yeah, do a nature check as well.
Can I add my proficiency since I'd have
Yeah.
my stuff out? All right,
Sure.
so plus and add 2 to this. So it's at 13.
13. Yeah, the two of you guys kind of working together after hearing Thea.
Plus a d4. We'll add that in. No, 14. All right, doesn't do much. Okay, 15. Doesn't
15.
do much. Okay.
I mean, 15's not bad. You guys are kind of both sitting here after Thea's pointing out these different areas, and it seems like the really, the first one, she doesn't have, of course, like an exact geographic location of where it happened, just a kind of general whereabouts of where they were and where they kind of saw, or where they think they saw these events happening. And it's really hard for you guys to kind of try to gather, but it seems like it's all along the coast. And the next one, you would imagine, as it's kind of, like I mentioned, going like different stops up along the coast, maybe even somewhere up further north, like Icewind Dale or Bryn Shand, somewhere up in the 10 towns like that. But really, it's like you guys couldn't be like confident in that. 100%.
It's just
Mhm.
just a rough guess. Excellent. Well, fellas, so we keep an eye on this particular area if we happen to go near it in our travels.
Absolutely
Well,
should.
but
So then
Captain,
like a
how
pattern.
much further till we get to Luskin? You don't mind me asking.
Just one more sleep. Get up in the morning, have breakfast, take care of packing your things up, and we hopefully should be there.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure Crick here will prepare a magnificent going away feast.
Oh, that would be lovely. His cooking is phenomenal. As long as he tries to spare some of the ingredients. Like I said, the garlic he went through was supposed to last just like a year. So maybe just it was delicious. I'll give him that. But maybe just kind of simmer down a little bit.
I just kind of lean back and I look at Langston and Crick cooks.
Hey, let the man cook.
He does cook. Let him.
But if you think about it, he's been very good at sparing ingredients for his magnificent tea.
Looks at,
Very natural.
That's a very low low ingredient.
looks at your mug. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Langston happily sipping just hot water, just smiles. Just
So he knows some balance in his life. Don't worry.
Well, look, I know we got a big day ahead of us tomorrow. Oh, one last thing before I forget. Our little friend downstairs. Again, thank you for your help with that situation. Of course, don't think we would have been in the situation if I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm
I'm
thankful.
Before we start pointing fingers.
I'm thankful that you guys all did what you're able to do. All I ask is that when we do get to Luskin, we part ways fully. Okay? We don't need any more help with anything. And if you guys promise to this, and you know, for your help with the beast, I'll give you guys each 100 gold pieces if you just stay out of our way the rest of the time.
Do a ta when I look at each of the crew as this lady says the most demeaning shit I've heard this entire campaign so far. Lady, if it wasn't for the goddamn Stormbreakers, your little ship
It's a clear sky.
floating at sea.
Where'd that come from?
Like a big dookie floating down the down the toilet. Oh wait, you can't flush the toilets because they're clogged in this shithole. So yes, we will easily part ways. But I think you should make it 150 for our troubles. As like I said, if it wasn't for us, you probably would have been that vampire's dinner.
Says 150 if she looks at you. I need a captain's promise here. If you absolutely promise that you all will not intervene with anything we have going on, don't talk to the Arcane Brotherhood, don't mess with our beast, don't just go on with your lives, please. Don't intervene
have
with
our own
anything else we got
business.
going on here.
We have our own business to take care of, so
Oh,
I'll give you a captain's promise.
Good. Yeah, you
Try to stay away from
you meeting up
but
with someone?
if it's-
Is that the whole thing?
So you want to stay away out from your stupid business? What business is what we're doing? Just know that we have our own business to take care of, Luskin. And if you happen to follow us, well, then that's your own damn problem. But we'll definitely stay away from you.
Well then,
What's
150
left
gold
of your
pieces
crew?
it is. As soon as you guys take a foot off the plank, 150 gold pieces it is.
And I whisper to Crick, that's what I call negotiating. You got yourself a deal, my lady. And I give her a good handshake there.
She gives you a handshake back. I'll give you a nod. Captain's promise.
Right? Whoa, spit my hand. Captain's promise.
Oh, I forgot to do mine too. That's right. Captain's promise. That's the way.
Yeah.
Gives you the handshake, and then Asark
That's
says,
a legal binding contract.
"That's right. All right. You all get some rest for the night, and Luskin awaits you in the morning."
Head on down, go to bed.
All right. So you guys all head on down and go to get some rest for the night. Before we do that, I said do. Does anyone else want to take care of anything? You don't need to.
In the middle of the silence, I just look over at Rampu and just go, "We're gonna do whatever we want still, right?"
You're goddamn right, Crick. But now we're gonna do it. 150 gold pieces, each richer.
Okay.
What a
see him just look with just weird tinge of anger in his face as he's just thinking about the first mate.
Oh God. All right. Anything, Langston or Manto? You don't have to.
I was gonna say, I don't think I have anything.
No, cool. Manto.
This thought has occurred to me while the night is kind of going on, and I'm just really bored, and like I'm just kind of in my head, and I get up to start heading down to the kitchen, and then immediately I'm like, you know what? I've done this too many times. Let's just chill out for the evening, and then I just go back and sit back down, and then let's just hope we get there before something else happens.
Indeed, with some eventful days on the water now behind you all, you guys could see the Sword Coast in the horizon with a bit of illumination of these stars falling from the sky. So with that in the distance just ahead of you guys, you get a night's rest, feeling a little pumped up after you guys took down some fiend, this demon of Orcus, and these two vampires that help out this crew and Thea. And with that, you guys level up to level 5.
Chill out.
Wowie.
You are crazy.
Yeah, I know. So go ahead, take care of that real quick. You guys wake up the next morning, and the sun is shining through the porthole, leaving a little bit of a burn mark on Langston's pale skin until he wakes up.
God damn it.
And yes, the day is yours to do as you please. You guys see as Langston kind of opens up the blinds now, closes it and then opens it up, sees the shore or the coast up ahead, knowing that you guys look like you're about maybe 3 hours away from getting to Luskin. Go ahead, take care of your level ups, discuss what you guys get real quick, and I will be right back.
Alright. I get an extra attack, so suck it.
Ooh,
Me
I
too.
get uncanny dodge.
Yeah, you get one too. Uncanny dodge is nice. You can do that every, like, once or a battle round. So just keep that in mind, because it uses your reaction.
Yeah.
Extra attack?
Now he can basically half
Uncanny
his
dodge.
damage,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice.
which is nice.
Yeah,
And I also
have
get some level 2 spells. I think you get level 2 spells too, Carlos.
I don't see anything. No, it says known spells 3. Add spells.
Yeah, I think you have a level 2 spell slot now.
Oh, yeah, I do. Known spells 3 out of 4. Very cool.
I get third level. Oh, your boy's got
Yeah,
third
you
level
got third
spells.
level.
Oh, it's over.
Nice.
Oh my god, do I? I always have a certain third level spell prepared just because of my because of like the
Ooh.
type of cleric I took.
What
Your
is
boy's got fireball at the ready.
Oh, yeah.
Your boy just has fireball raring to go at any time. This is
Oh
hype.
god. Sorry, I should have said this
Nice.
also, but yeah, spellcasters, go ahead and pick new spells if you want to, or add whatever new
Yeah.
spell that you can add to.
And then I want to do this. Oh, yeah, and I can.
That
I'm gonna trade. I also get to trade out one of my
Yep. Infusions.
whatchamacallit. Yup.
So Ranger gets extra attack, correct, at level 5.
Yep.
Rogue gets
Yep.
uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
And I got a level 2 spell.
Hell yeah, sweet. I don't know what Artificer is. That's another Artificer ability at that level, right?
Nah, I get an extra attack and level 2 spells.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, that's what my character gets. It's technically a class trait,
Gotcha.
and mine just gets a second.
Gotcha.
second
And then
attack.
Destroy Undead, right? For Cleric.
Get rid of that, and we're gonna do Mind Sharp, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
Tommy will
What
get.
about?
Yeah, you'll get Destroy Undead and then 2 third level spells, something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
Sick.
So, well, I technically get 1 because of my type of cleric. It automatically gives me 2 that are just always prepared, but can still pick a new one, which is dope for me.
Hell yes.
Well, that's weird. I wasn't able to actually pick an extra spell. That's weird.
Maybe that's what it is for an artificer at this level. I'm not too intimately familiar with artificer stuff. It looks like you get 2 second-level spell slots now.
Yeah, I have 2 second-level spell slots, but I wasn't able to actually select an extra spell. I think, yeah, because they're every other level, I get to pick an extra spell.
Gotcha.
Because they're half casters, whatever it is. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
But dude, I only need the 1 spell that I got. I'm now
Susan?
pretty much. No, nah, man. You haven't met Jimmy.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Big Jim.
Who
So
the hell?
You know what? It actually is Big Jim. I think that's I think that's it. That's the name. It's Big Jim.
with an L in Jim, right?
Yep.
It's a Ween reference. All right, so we good to get it rolling?
Let's do it.
All right.
I still need to pick my but keep going. Yeah.
Cool. All good. Yeah, you guys wake up the next morning feeling extra oomph in your step. You know that you're just mere hours away from being to Luskin, finally arriving there to meet with Elena Sartell, the captain of the Moon Dancer, that, of course, Elder Runera from Stormwreck Isle suggested you guys go to Luskin to meet, and ask her about the egg that Crick happened to find and be connected to down in the depths of the sea. And you guys wake up in the morning. You hear the Captain Thea shouting out directions and instructions to everyone to get everything settled, tie it up, and get ready for dock in the next hour or so.
Very cool.
All right.
I guess we.
Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen, just making some flapjacks, and on the side there's just this big kettle, just whistling the whole time as I'm making flapjacks and everything.
Good. Crick is still on his tea. We need that.
I'm actually gonna go watch whatever Crick is cooking just to make sure I can eat it.
Probably smart. Crick, what do you got going on in there?
He is like, he's taking the flour, puts the baking powder in, the sugar, a little bit of extra sugar, goes to the counter, looks for stuff, can't find anything, just kind of reaches into his pocket, and you see him pull this like big brown block out of his pocket, and he starts grating it. Get this sense of cinnamon, and you're like, why the fuck does he keep cinnamon in his pocket? That's fine. And then he puts it back in, and then he pulls out a spatula out of his pocket, and he's just flipping these flapjacks. It's fantastic. You look over at the pot. He like puts his hand on this boiling pot, and just lilac. The smell of like lilac and strawberries and blueberries just emaciates the room. Goes into your nostrils. Smells fantastic, and he's really cooking because like this is gonna be a big day ahead.
Love it. Crick all excited in the kitchen, getting everything going. It smells fragrant and lovely. Get that nice earthy, spicy aroma of cinnamon going off in there. Manto, as you smell that going on and getting your day going, what do you do?
I get up and I'm like, that smells good. Just go right to the kitchen and see what he's making. Don't do anything else. And I'm like, all right. So what you got going on in here, Crick?
Today is pancakes. Would you like some tea? And again, you're hit with this just floral, just like strawberries, a darkness, cinnamon, and like just fantastic fragrance as he pulls up this kettle and a cup.
Smells better than yesterday's tea. What'd you add to
Well,
it?
Today's a special day, and he pours it, and he hands it to you, and you look at it, and it's water. just boiling water that just smells amazing. And that's gonna be magical tinkering.
Amazing. I thought it was gonna be prestidigitation or something like that, but yeah, that's great.
I'm just like really like perplexed, but it looks like hot water, but it doesn't smell like it, so I'm more inclined to now drink it. So I like reluctantly put it up to my mouth and take a sip, and I'm like, okay,
It's just boiling water.
okay, this will pair nicely with the flapjacks.
But the pancakes look on point.
Nice.
And I'm just waiting for this.
Jake is too. He's mouth open right next to you.
I guess like eventually, as everyone's going about their day, you know, the pancakes finish up, and I actually serve us first, and then like we each get like a full stack, like 3 or 6 pancakes. Langston has 6 in front of him, and everybody else has 3. And then I go upstairs with exactly like 3 pancakes left, and it's like breakfast is served. and I just kind of like lay it on the ground and go, dig in, friends. It was hard finding ingredients for this. As I just go back downstairs, and we're just shoveling it in.
You like get a quick glance of this before, because you're not really, I'd imagine you don't really care or paying attention to what the reaction is to this scenario, but you get a quick corner of your eye glance of Thea saying, what the fuck is his deal? And she's like, well, I'm getting at least 2 of those, and Sark says, I got the 3rd, and the other crew says, oh, we get nuts again, don't we? And
as Cirque says, I get the 3rd, I hear that, and I pop my head back up, and I go, what a classy first mate, not letting the crew eat. And I shut the door again.
Thea, I gotta agree with you. What the fuck is his deal? Hey, look, I'm not gonna question it. She's mouthful of flapjacks. These are really fucking good. And starts eating it, and yeah, she's happy, and the rest of the crew is too preoccupied working to even really give too much of a rat's ass about the lack of flapjacks thrown in their direction.
When I finish my 3, I look to see how much Langston has left on his plate, and I'll give him
when
You
Crick
gonna
went
eat that
upstairs,
face?
Langston. When Crick went upstairs, Langston felt the stairs instantly and just like gave one to each. What is it? Manto and Rampu. Just like, here, quick, make it seem like just. Kurt, I love it, his favoritism, and I want everyone to equally enjoy this. These are the best thing I've ever tasted.
I literally rip it in half and like stuff my half of my mouth, and then I give the other half to Jake.
And Jake loves
And
it.
they don't last long.
Amazing. As you guys are chomping down on your pancakes and getting ready for the day, you grab all of your things, all your supplies and goods, your packs and weaponry and whatnot, as you hear Thea saying, land ho! Everyone up, top deck! We got land in sight! And everyone starts to, you feel the ship kind of really slow down now, its gait, and you guys all come up to the top deck to see the Sea of Swords in your view now. Beautiful, first time in a couple weeks now, or yeah, just a couple weeks. And as you guys begin to approaching it closer and closer, you see Luskin from the sea in full view, and at first sight, it captures your attention. But you see the southern shore that you're coming up upon, where the city takes on a rough and rowdy character. You see taverns, they spill their boisterous patrons out into the streets, filled with all sorts of sailors and adventurers, sharing raucous tales. You hear the clang of blacksmiths' hammers that ring out, accompanied by the occasional flash of magical light from a nearby enclave. And you see a small fortified island in the river hints at important secretive activities there. Dominating the skyline, though, it's a tall, twisted tower. Its spires clawing at the sky. It's a constant reminder of the city's magical and mysterious nature. Drag that screen over for the stream. The docks, they now come into view for you guys, teeming with activity. You see all sorts of ships of different sizes that are moored here, with sailors and workers bustling about, unloading cargo and repairing vessels and shouting orders. The air it's filled with this kind of salty tang of the ocean that you guys have been used to, and the sounds of waves crashing against the hull. But you guys pulling on in, you see the river splits the city as the dark waters cutting through the heart of Luskin and bridged in several places by grand arched structures. And on the northern shore, the scene shifts to a more vibrant and bustling atmosphere. You see markets and stalls filled with colorful goods and busy merchants. The sense of exotic spices, fresh bread, and grilled fish mingling in the air. And as you guys pull on up in the boat docks, you all take in the sight of high walls and watchtowers manned by vigilant guards, signaling the city's readiness to defend against threats both of land and sea. And Thea gets you guys pulled on up there. You feel the ship kind of bounce up against the docks ever so gently as Sark throws a rope on over, and one of the crewmen hops onto the docks, grabs the rope and ties it around one of the planks there, and throws a walking plank onto the dock. And Thea kind of stands at the top of it and kind of gestures grandly down it. Luskin awaits you all. And starts fumbling in her coin purse. Here you go. Hands each one of you guys some gold pieces. This should cover it all, and just kind of hands it all over. It's 150 gold pieces for each one of you guys, of course. As she hands over.
Oh, let's go.
And says again, it's been lovely taking you guys here, but maybe we say our adieus, our goodbyes, and never hello again.
Don't worry, milady. Hopefully this will be the last time we run into each other. But until then, fair winds and following seas to you and your crew.
Mm-hmm.
Take my money.
May the four winds blow you safely home.
That's part of the reason why I'm stopping here. Know what I mean?
Aye. Alright, again, adieu. Goodbye. Nice knowing you.
Langston just leans into every Manto and Crick, and it's like, are we that bad? I don't think we were that bad.
I
think we're pretty enjoyable people.
I spit in all of the food that was in the kitchen before we left. And
Langston leans back up and rescinds his question.
It's just like, don't worry, guys. They'll never taste food as good as mine again.
I said, good work, Crick. This bitch sucked.
So you guys step on down to the docks now. This district of Luskin here, where it seems like, a little bit of lawlessness, although, the place is being secured and with watchful eyes on top of parapets and tall structures about. Still rough and rowdy kind of crowd of definitely seems like.
Sounded like you said a pair of tits.
Nice.
Totally did.
Maybe
Hey,
I did.
would that have been a long rest?
Yeah, when you guys went to sleep, yeah, you took a long rest.
Okay.
Okay, because then we shed our exhaustion.
Correct. Yeah, you guys should
Yeah.
all no longer have exhaustion. All long rested. That was you guys leveled up to level 5. That was long rest time.
The sleep.
Yep, indeed. So you guys are wandering around the dock district of it's called Dragon Beach of Luskin, and where do you guys decide to go from here?
I look over at the crew and say, well, gents, you know what time it is. Shopping time!
Crick takes his little coin purse and puts it up next to his chin and just goes, lead the way, boys.
And wake me up before you go starts playing.
Yes. Orange frappuccinos.
That's right. Orange mocha frappuccinos.
Freak gasoline fight accident.
Yeah. Oh, good times.
All right. So you guys begin to wander around looking for some sort of shop or a district where you guys can find someplace to shop around at. You see a couple of bars, spilling out with a couple patrons. Most of them look like your sailor type of people. You begin to walk past this area where you see what looks like lines of apartment buildings and merchant kind of storefronts as well.
Is there any like blacksmiths?
You try to listen about and you hear the clanging of metal on metal, and you turn your eye to see a flashing coming around the corner of where you stand currently.
So as I'm standing there, no shield, a nice kind of armor. I just kind of hear the clanging, and I look at everybody and go, I need to redress. I just start walking, just without them, not even a care in the world, walking directly towards the sound of the hammer.
Should we? His wording concerns me a little. Should we just...
He's probably getting another makeover. Leave him alone. Remember what he looked like when we first met him? He's probably doing a cool upgrade.
That's true. I don't really want to spoil that. And I'll do my thing in a bit then. We'll let him go sort it out. I need to find a blacksmith myself in a little bit.
Well, I mean, if he's going to a blacksmith, why not just go with him?
Well, because then I spoiled the surprise. I thought the whole thing was, let him surprise us.
Yeah, I guess.
I hear you talking that you need a blacksmith, and I go, Langston, do you need a blacksmith?
I do. I'll saunter up after Crick and follow along with him.
I look at Manto. That's what I just fucking said.
I give two really big thumbs up, lacking social cues. The Rampu, just like, I think Crick's rubbing off on me.
Rampu, you eventually get used to being the bottom of the barrel. It's okay. I know it's new for you being a captain, but you eventually just kind of roll with the punches.
I kind of point out, and there's like some lady selling sticky buns or something in the middle of the fucking square. It's like, we'll meet there when we're done.
Like, well, okay, well, we also have stuff to do, so sure.
You see a girl pushing around a cart full of like oysters and mussels and things like that.
Perfect.
And I look over.
Damn, no sticky buns.
And I'm just like in my head, like, son of a bitch, I actually do want some of those.
Rampu, oysters are an aphrodisiac.
And with that, I grab Langston's hand and start walking towards the blacksmith.
Oh, good God.
You hear ding, ding, the bang of a hammer, metal and metal clanging on top of each other. As you come to a storefront with an opened front area, you see all sorts of racks with swords and crossbows and armors on display on mannequins sitting out there. You see an old dwarven man, sweaty, dirt kind of in every single one of his pores on his face with this monstrous nose, banging down on this anvil. After one hit after another, sparking going everywhere, and then he takes the weapon he's working on, he throws it into the fire, gets it all orange, red hot, and pulls it back out and immediately starts banging on it again. Wipes some of the sweat off of his face and leans back as he does that and sees you guys approaching and says, "What can I do you for, little body?"
And I kind of wearing my armor, and it's actually really badass. And I Langston looks and basically like he sees two like legs of the armor drill into the ground, and I step back. That's how I like undoff the armor, and it's just kind of sitting there on like two little planks, and I'm like, I'm looking for an upgrade as I turn my head around it.
Whoa, whoa.
And you can, it's just like normal. It's just like scale mail now.
Whoa. That custom fit to you. Oh, find yourself a blacksmith that work right to that little body of yours, huh? Where'd you get this? He starts looking around and investigating each one of like the crevices and like each corner, like every piece of it. It's like, this is strange.
Let's just say I know a good blacksmith.
Well, now you know two of them.
Do you by chance have any like heavier armor than this?
Oh, what are you looking for? I've got some heavy plate mail back there.
Plate. I feel like that might be a little out of my price range.
Oh, what's your price range?
1 to 200 gold. And do you have a shield by chance?
Whoa, yeah, I mean, of course we got shields for you. You know, we got bucklers, kites, any kind of shield that you could really want. For you, maybe I think a buckler would fit your size well. You know, protect you right around this little round buddy. You looking for some sort of heavy armor? Maybe for 200 we could get you some splint.
Splint mail. That sounds like a plan. Could you maybe throw a shield in that too? Just a little buckler for a little guy like me.
Splint and shield, about 210.
All right, out of character, Nate. So, if we do like a 20 to 21 AC, is that really gonna? Are you gonna change stuff?
I will kill you. No, we'll see. I mean, it'll. It's
right.
It's your character.
That is my character. Maybe. Do you have chainmail by chance?
Oh, of course. I'm very proficient in making chainmail. Some of the best. Actually, I have a one special one from some special metal we got down from our clan down in Gauntlgrim.
Well, let's try the chainmail.
Oh, certainly.
Maybe a shield.
Yeah, if you want a chainmail and some shield, I could do that for 85 gold pieces for you.
80 to 85? How about we go with 80?
All right. I like your style, and because I'd like to see my armor fit on a peculiar specimen as yourself.
And I go, I tell you what, while my friend shops, do you mind if I kind of like put my finger around work?
Please, help yourself.
I'm assuming there's an anvil and a forge somewhere.
Yeah, you're used to it. I mean, you worked in a shop before?
No. And I just kind of start picking up a hammer and just hitting the anvil. No.
Looks at you and then looks at Lanx and hold on.
Hold on. Trust me. He grows on you. Let him do his thing.
Then should we leave him here?
I don't have insurance for it. Just customers coming in here.
You may
Trust
question
him.
his methods. You cannot question his results. I'm going to tell you this for free.
Okay. Well, let's pivot to you then. Let him do his thing. My good sir, can I help fit you with some sort of spectacular armors?
I am actually looking for some new armor. Looking for something to maybe not make as much noise, if you will. A little more, still protect me, but allowing me to not be as much of a fumble or a klutz when it comes to moving around.
My good sir, he kind of gives you like a little bit of a bow. You have come to the right place. As I was just telling your friend here, we get, you see on his hammer that he's been working on, it's got this foaming mug insignia on it. Me and my clan, we have a, kind of looks around, we have a cache of some of the finest ore in all of the Sword Coast, and been supplying me with some of it, and I've been working my magic and making some magnificent wares with it.
Oh, I would love to see them.
Just give me 1 second. Gets to hobble on back to the back room and hear crashing all. Oh fuck! Gosh, 1 second. He kind of pumps his head out behind a curtain and comes fumbling around a bit, and out from behind a curtain he goes lifting up this piece of chainmail that is just the silver or the metal that is made of is more brilliant than any other metal that you have ever seen before. It's got this sheen that just shines off of the light, unlike anything you've ever seen. And he picks it up and he kind of jiggles it about. You hear that?
No.
My point exactly. This is mithril. Only the finest materials.
I mean, that's exactly what I was looking for. That would be amazing. I mean, I know this is your clan's finest work with the most, mythic of all. Would 150 cover it? Would that be a ballpark price for you?
Ooh, 150. I'm sorry. You're gonna say something?
Rampu just hears in his head. Langston probably wishes he had 6 arms and legs, cause this mithril armor is gonna cost him 1 of each.
Boom.
That's what he gets for following Crick.
Says, look,
Crick's not paying any attention. He just kind of like listens up and goes, "How much is he asking for again?" Just goes up banging.
So for a spectacular piece of metal like this, and craftsmanship, of course, and of course how rare of a specimen it is, I'm gonna have to do 500 gold pieces.
You need help, Langston.
What now? Hear me out. You say your clan works on a lot of different things,
Certainly.
right?
You know,
How well
Battle
known would you
Hammers,
say you are?
some of the best forgers in all the land.
Would you say you have an ambassador of sorts?
What do you mean by that?
Do you have anybody who would be willing to wear your armor,
Oh.
take it around the places, and then do nothing but flaunt its success? Maybe raise a good word, get people some business in Luskin?
Have you ever heard of the great Bruner Battlehammer? He's looking at you like you've heard of Bruner.
Langston side eyes and is like,
Read the book.
Bruner is the finest dwarf that has ever stepped foot on Faerun's green grass or down the depths of Wolf's stanky danks caverns. I mean, he exemplifies everything it is to be a fantastic dwarf and a fantastic family man and friend. And he is wearing the proud insignia of the Foaming Mugs.
okay, so no ambassador really needed on that front.
So as all this is going on, there's hammering, there's drilling. You've never actually heard a drilling sound, but it's happening. And all this other stuff is going on. And then over top of this merchant comes this scale mail, and it just lands in between him and Langston, and it's absolutely pristine. It's freshly polished, beautiful, and it just lands right in front of him. And then from behind him, Crick goes, "Deduct that cost," and you just hear just more banging out of it. It's basically trading it, how much can I get for the splint against the 500?
So it's old. Wait, did you have old splint?
No, it's the one that I was wearing before.
Gotcha.
Before I threw it over, it had all my magic on it. Now it's completely pristine and beautiful.
It's a scale mail?
Lovely. Yeah, it was scale mail.
I can use that for metal. I mean, I wouldn't call this as my own piece of work and sell it as is. Melt it down and turn it into something else. It looks like 25 gold pieces worth of material there, to be honest.
Okay. So, we have that. Let me see something. Shit.
Like you
Like,
seem like a
just-
real stand-up guy. I'll do it for 450 for you.
Langston just hears in his mind, you know, I am trying to get rid of the silver and copper.
I mean,
Got it.
I
I've
am
got
too,
about
buddy.
66 gold pieces worth of the two.
That's
How much-
about what I had with mine.
How much total money do you have, Langston?
337, and I don't want to be dipping into anyone else's. You know,
That's with the
So
150 that you got today.
yeah.
Cool.
So 450. Give me 1 minute to think. Hold on, and then 25
You
off.
said 357.
337.
337.
I mean, I could sell the mace, but that's only gonna be like 5.
I can give you 100.
Oh wait. Oh shoot. Wait. And then I have my own scale mail. Could I pitch that in too? Just kind of go like also use that for
Yeah.
scrap.
Oh, I'll buy that as scrap too. Another 25 gold pieces.
Okay. And then for like,
Crick would give you 100 gold.
you don't
Easy.
have to go that
No,
hard.
No, you really don't understand. Crick would give you 100 gold.
I was expecting that.
Yeah.
I mean, so hold on. Let me do math. So if I'm at 337, he was at, so it'd be 425.
And Rampu just hears, remember when Crick did that, okay? Because I feel like that could come in
Nice.
handy
So-
next time we need to buy something down the road.
You'd be down to like 400 after the 2 sellings of the armor.
You scale me. Okay. Then could I just look at Crick and be like, hey, buddy, this is the biggest IOU. I want to be useful to everybody and not be as much of a menace. Could I trouble you for 63 gold?
Crick is pounding and there's sparks flying and like it's not even just like the metal that he's working on right now. He's got the shield and another thing. It's fucking crazy. And he just takes his entire coin purse and just throws it at you. It hits you in the face. And all of his money just falls to the floor and he goes, take what you need. And he's just pounding away.
Just to get beamed, and I'm just like, okay, thank you so much. This will not go unnoted. Then I'll, take 63 and use that for
See through
the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
63.
Appreciate you.
So you hand over the 400 gold to him.
Yes, I do.
All right. He says, wise choice, wise choice. You won't be upset that you made this purchase. No remorse, no buyer's remorse whatsoever. He goes and says, let me go ahead and get this fitted for you. Go ahead and you can take off that. Oh, that's a lovely scarf you got there.
This is not for sale. I'm sorry.
Wasn't interested, but I understand.
Thank you.
Begins to.
You see it like light up when he like wraps it around his hand and like holds it. It like lights up.
Very nice. Puts the armor around you and begins to fasten the back for you. Yep, fits like a glove, like it was meant to be. And you feel lightweight, like like the weight of the world has been taken off your body after changing out that ridiculously heavy armor that you had on for this now beautifully well-made, lightweight mithril scale mail. And with it, he says, 1 second. And he turns around, and you see him grab something off the counter, and says, look there! And he goes, and stabs you real quick with a dagger. See? Nothing. And it's just, no
Langston,
break. or anything
Langston
on there.
exhales because it still knocked the wind out of him. He's like, yeah, you're right. Nothing.
I think this is going to come in great use for you. And looks over at Crick. And are you done there, buddy?
Assuming an hour's gone away, then yes, I am done.
All right.
This was mithril scale, right?
Correct.
Okay, just making sure.
Is that mithril scale, or did you want mithril chain?
Or mithril. What was the other one? Mithril chain.
That's actually what I had in my mind. But if you want scale, that's
then
fine,
that's.
too.
I mean, chain would be perfect.
Yep. Go for it.
Cool.
Okay. As this is
Thank you,
all
sir.
going on, Crick has now spent the hour in there. He's sitting there, like, watching every one of your moves. Like, hey, I gotta get back to work now, too, you know. So you'll keep those customers here. And another one walks up. Hello, how can I help you? And starts going on his whole thing once again. Rampu and Manto, while this is all going on, what did you guys get into?
Well, I'm trying to go buy a new bow and arrow. Longbow.
Alright, you could probably
If you
go
will.
to that armor or the blacksmith as well and find it there. So you could been there with them at the same time.
Sure. That actually works.
Yes. What are you looking for? So you get on up there, and you of course see Crick manically going, feverishly working on whatever it is in the forge, and Langston shimmering with this mithril armor placed upon him. You see that they have a nice selection of things here. Small, but everything seems to be well made.
I'm looking for kind of specialty longbow, if you will. Do you happen to have anything more special than this guy? And I just take out my regular
Looks at it.
regular.
Kind of pulls on the string a little bit, and here's the bling, kind of the tension on it. I think I could do one better for you.
Excellent. Let me see. Damn it, I'm trying to see where I had the notes.
Yeah, and he pulls out
Talk
two
about
different options for you to look through. He's like, this one here, both of them are infused with the magic. And of course, with that, keep in mind, before I get any further, that it's going to be a little costly for you. But this longbow here, you see he's got these intricate carvings on it, and they'll begin to illuminate and kind of give you a little bit of a beacon as an alert if something is to come into range with you. Something that might want to attack you or cause you any sorts of harm or anything like that. And it can even, if you bind yourself to it, really magically bind yourself to it, it'll even wake you up if you're sleeping and something comes to get you. Come in handy for a brave adventurer such as yourself. But I also have this one here. You can see on that one, it's got the bow itself looks like the bottom of it is a tail, and it goes up to form a dragon. The top of it is a dragon's head. And so this one can do some extra oomph on those hits. If you it's also imbued with some sort of magic. You can focus that magic on a target out there, and as long as that target is still alive and you're focused on that magic, you'll always be able to find it, know where its whereabouts, and you'll even do some more extra damage to it.
Huh. I do like both, and sometimes that extra damage comes in handy, but I think with everything that's going on, I'm going to focus on making sure the group is protected.
Rampu, before you make a decision, I would just like to let you know that, personally speaking, I think you should get the extra damage. It definitely the one bow definitely has its one perk, but for alerting us while we are, asleep, I don't necessarily need sleep. I stay up for the crew and kind of watch over. So long as I'm not overexerting myself at all, my resting is just me sitting there and watching after you guys. So just something to keep in mind, as really only one part of that first bow would be of use, essentially.
And I'll throw this out there also for you. I do have another one of these here that it might not be anything blessed by a sorcerer or a priest or any of that hoodoo voodoo, but it does, the way that I imbued it with my own skills, I guarantee you to be more accurate and more damaging than that thing you got there.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, certainly. That would be a plus one
I like
longbow. The first one is an assassin's longbow, or no, the second one was assassin's longbow. The first one was a longbow of warning.
Let me check the assassin because I think I'm gonna end up taking that. I do like I get advantage on initiative rolls with the warning one too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But
Pretty
let me
sweet.
check. Assassin's longbow. You have a +1. The +6 charges may spend a charge again. Huh.
That's
Bow
free. It's
recovery.
free hunter's mark. Ain't bad.
Yeah, you get free uses of Hunter's Mark essentially without having to use your own spell slots, which as a ranger have limited amounts.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'll do the assassin's longbow.
Ooh,
How much
all
is
right.
that?
We'll give you a second to think about it. Think about it for a second. Manto,
10,000
as you're
gold.
you're kind of here and talking to him about this thing, you've seen some of this stuff. Did any of this, any weaponry or any armor like that stick out to you, or you're more interested in going to like another store?
Not unless you're a blacksmith and geologist.
Well, I am a rock dwarf. One of the mountains. What did you have in mind?
Now, in your inventory, you didn't by chance happen to have any luck stones, did you?
You are just in luck. I have a single one.
Amazing.
Is
Yeah.
that something that you're interested in?
I would think so.
Certainly. So he goes in. Let me grab that from you. It's in a box of odds and ends in the back. I haven't had someone ask for a luck stone in quite some time. I am the potions. So he goes back and grabs this piece, and it looks like it's like a cat's head made out of stone with these green gems for eyes. It's like this thing here. Well, come in use for you, I believe.
I would think so. That's why I want it.
Wise man. It's one green gem for an eye. The other one actually doesn't. The other eye socket doesn't have anything in it. And he looks at you and is like, "If this is all that you would like, it'd be 200 gold pieces for this."
And do you have any greater healing potions as well?
Oh, sorry, not a potion dealer.
Yeah, I figured you pretty much almost had a little bit of everything, especially since you had this sort of rock. 200. How much is the Rampu's bow as well?
Oh, it depends on which one he's interested in.
Sure.
Well, I look at the assassins and the +1 longbow. How much are these two?
Let's see, for this one that I made and whatnot, be 200 gold pieces for that. For this one, I'd have to do at least 350 for it. Had to buy it from a wizard and everything. It was a whole deal.
That's not bad at all. I'll take the assassins for sure.
Oh, certainly. All right. Well, so
And
350 and
would you-
200. That's 550.
would you also take a trade in? Because I could give you my longbow as well.
Oh,
So,
well, yeah.
I'll
I'll take your
throw that
longbow, certainly.
So how much would that knock off?
We'll knock off another 10 gold pieces.
10 gold pieces. We're giving you a lot of business. How about knock it down 20?
It's essentially a piece of wood and string, as he looks at it.
Hey, I've killed a lot of badass monsters with this piece of wooden string, you bastard. How about 15?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Ooh, as I get ice cream handed to me.
Nice.
Have to do good. 12.
12. So that's for the trade-in, and the two pieces. As I was saying, 550 before. With the trade-in, well, 525. How about, will it be good there? I'm happy for the business. I'm happy to outfit some strapping young lads as well.
Sounds great.
I appreciate that.
And 200, you said, right?
Correct. Well, that was combined, the two, right there. But yes.
So I give you
350.
325.
For the two.
No, 525 for the two.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
325 for me, 2 for you.
Yeah. So I owe you two. That's what I was saying.
Perfect.
Right.
Yep. Sorry.
So, you're
Misunderstood.
good.
Ah.
Yeah. So I, 50 big old sack of copper and silver. I was like, all right, I've counted this. This is 66 gold pieces worth right here. Copper, you can do some serious stuff with that, I hear. And then, so what do I owe
Copper.
you?
I just met her.
134. Oh, whatever. And then I owe you 134. You know, we'll just round it up 135 for the hassle of a sword and all of that. Pleasure doing business with you.
I also do charge a rental on the forge. Ah, you
that's not my-
punches
that's
Craig.
not my
I'm just
problem.
messing with you, buddy.
Crick just looks up at you. He's just hammering. and you guys have noticed like this big thing of chain mail is like it's getting smaller. He's like whittling it away. It's really weird.
Removing chain by chain.
Yep.
Amazing. He looks around and says, I got my day full. I really do appreciate the business. I do have some customs I need to work on and to get out the door by the... Ah, shit. I'm running out of time. Guys, it's been wonderful. I really need I hate to push you along, but I gotcha.
All right.
All right. And enjoy your stay in Luskin. As he gives you a goodbye. All right, as you guys make your way,
Thank you for the
Thank you.
business.
of course, you guys make your way back out into the streets. You smell the fresh oysters and mignonette nearby, and hear oysters, oysters, mussels, oysters. Come get them, nice and fresh. And you just a nice scene of people going around here and shopping and selling different things. And as you guys have made this stop here, where would you like to go next?
I wanted some oysters, but then I look at my bag of gold and I'm totally empty now. Like, well, Crick, I hope you took some leftovers from the ship.
Crick's got a little water bottle next to him. I brought tea. Shall we go get some potions?
Well, I am all out of money myself, but I think we do need them, so
Yeah, me
it's
too.
worth you guys getting some.
Looks at you with mild disdain. That's a shame. Now we start looking for the potion master.
Yeah, not too far down the street, as there's a lot of shops around here. You see a wooden sign hanging out front of one shop that says Alley's Alchemies, and you guys would imagine as you guys look through the glass window there, you have to kind of rub off some of the dust on there, but you see a small kind of boutique style shop with a couple of glass vials filled with assorted colored liquids inside of them.
Let's head on
That's
in.
the one.
I'm looking at the health potions and stuff of that matter.
Yeah, you see a gnomish, a woman named Allie, just kind of perk on up as you guys walk on in. Says, "Hey, welcome to Allie's Alchemies. I'm Allie. I'd be happy to help you all. We got potions, we got elixirs, parapets, everything that you could possibly need." No, I did not say paratits.
I was gonna say, Peril, what?
So
You're
as,
sure?
as she comes up, her and I are actually eye level. It's like, nice to meet you.
Kinda,
How much for the potions?
Well, it all depends on what you're looking for. The most common kind that we have here is your general household healing potion. They run you 50 gold pieces. Everything all made with organic, all natural, source materials.
You said you had parapets too?
Oh, yes, certainly.
What kinds?
Got a certain kind of to help you close up some wounds, and another one it's good for your health.
Out of curiosity, how much for the wound one?
That one, well, you got a nice you know the good stuff when you see it, huh? That one's gonna cost you about 400 gold pieces.
So I look at her. Where exactly is that?
It's always the organic place.
Yeah, she kind of gestures on over. You see this glass case that's closed up with a gold chain necklace, and on the end of it is like this trinket of two gilded hands, golden hands, upreached and grabbing like 3 red crystals, and inside of them, it looks like it's kind of like almost like liquidy inside of there, but there's no sort of opening or anything like that.
So I kind of look at it. I look at the guys. I look back at it. I walk up, put my hand on the glass, and just go, "Not today." But and they see me pull out a piece of paper and a pen, and I just start sketching what it looks like and like what it is, and I just kind of start to. I'm literally just drawing it as everybody behind me is doing what they're doing.
Absolutely. You get out your pen and paper and begin to, as a kind of engineer yourself, an artificer, you begin to kind of draw this beautiful blueprint, straight edge, like geometric lines and everything. You get like those circles and spots where it should be rounded, and looks like one of those like very efficient kind of blueprints. And for all intents and purposes, this is what the actual thing looks like. That you guys see inside this glass enclosure. She says, "I know it's a little pricey, but I tell you, my magic is something else."
You know what? I mildly believe you. And then just kind of look back to the guys and go, "Well, maybe we can get a couple potions." And I kind of pull my purse out. You said 50 for a health potion? How
That's
much for the next level?
Oh, well, we only have a very small amount of those. Not too many sales go out with those ones, but they're 150 gold pieces for one of them.
And again, Rampu just hears, "Get a load of that."
Yeah. And then they say the werewolf of thieves.
Old me. I don't want to tempt myself, but old me would have had you guys cause some sort of minor distraction while I slide back there and take her potions. Not her. Take her potions.
You gotta watch your.
He's pretty
You gotta
much
watch your
robbing.
pausing there on your sentences.
I've got copper.
Really, they greatly change your messaging.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking comma. She's trying to rob us. No different than robbing her. That's all I say. She should give us at least a little BOGO action. That's just me.
But when I first met you, I would have been offended at the thought of robbing someone. But you're right. This bitch is definitely pretty steep. Just saying.
So what are you
Sad to
thinking,
get Ricky.
Crick?
And I go, and at this point, I kind of look at all of them, and then I look at myself. I notice how more just meaty I am than them. And I go, well, I guess I don't have to buy you guys health potions. I put my kind of money back in my pocket and go, "You're right. They're a little steep."
So you see what you did?
"Thank you, my love." As she's looking at him, he goes, "I love? That's weird."
She kind of, as you guys are kind of still window shopping right now. If you have any more questions, I'm happy to help. We don't have anything too out of the ordinary, but everything is quality. I can guarantee that.
Rick, how much gold do you have?
Well, if you count everything, and I'm counting everything, right? So 55 plus 79 plus 11. What's
Just say
that?
total GP at the top.
There's a little GP at the top. Where
Total
is
in GP.
In your inventory. It says the total.
I have 3 healing potions myself.